Hi guys, so today we're talking about rep ranges. What do I mean by reps? Well, what I mean is if I was, for example, to go and bend my arm like this and back down to the bottom, that would be 1 rep of a bicep curl. When we talk about sets, that's also equated to rounds. So if I was to do 5 rounds of 10 reps, that would mean I'd lift my arm up and down 10 times, and I would do 5 rounds or 5 sets of that. Rounds and sets basically mean the same thing. In terms of deciding what kind of reps we do for each exercise, we want to figure out what kind of adaptation we're going for. So some people say they want to develop muscle tone, some people say they want to develop muscle strength, some people want to develop muscle size. And we actually would target different rep ranges to target each certain adaptation. That refers to something we call the SAID principle, which basically means that if we want to target a certain adaptation, we train in a certain way. For example, if we wanted to train strength, the number of reps we would be using will be lower down. I've inserted a little graph down here now which shows you a few different rep ranges and the type of quality that we're looking for. When we're looking at the lower rep ranges, we're training strength and power. There's a little asterisk here with the power number, and that means that it depends on the intent that you train that rep range with. By that, what I mean is if you do a exercise and you go really slow on the way up because you're using a heavy weight, then that is going to be training more muscular strength. So we're looking at 6 reps and less for muscular strength. But then if we wanted to target power, we're still looking at less than 6 reps, preferably really 5. But the way we would do the movement would be with a slightly lighter weight, which we can move in a fast movement. So hypertrophy refers to muscle size. So if we want to get a bigger muscle or a better looking muscle in terms of the size of it and it's bigger and more robust, then that's what we call hypertrophy. Now hypertrophy is sitting anywhere from around 6 to 7 reps all the way up to around about 12, maybe 13 reps. Now, you might notice that the different colors on the graph as well, they denote to basically saying that each part of the rep range doesn't mean that necessarily you're not training that. Even though we're training hypertrophy between 6 and 12 reps, we still will get some adaptations of strength and some adaptations for muscular endurance, or what a lot of people will do to create tone in a certain muscle. Now, when we look at the green section, that shows us where we are not really training that area, okay? In terms of we're not going to get a big or a very specific adaptation to that rep range. And when we're looking at the yellow areas, this is our most optimal area. The problem is with these different rep ranges, if I go in and I do 12 reps, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to create muscle hypertrophy. The reason why is because I need to have a certain intensity to that training. Now, if I go in and I do 12 reps, but I could keep going and I could do another 40, then I'm not training at the intensity that would mean that I'm in that 6 to 12 rep range. What that means is that if I'm going and doing 12 reps and I want to gain hypertrophy, then I should be getting to the end of that 12th rep and finding that I don't feel like I can do any more. If I do, then I'm starting to target then what we call muscular endurance, and that would be more what people do for toning. Not necessarily that toning is possible, but more where we're looking then in muscular endurance at developing the muscle's ability to keep going. Can it contract and do the work again and again and again and again? And when we're looking at muscular endurance, we're looking at anything really from 13 reps upwards. It can go way on past 20. Think about things like running. Each time you take a step, you're technically creating a lunge in a sense, or maybe a hop. Now, in each one of those reps, we're going to do them thousands and thousands and thousands of times, right? Over the course of a run. Think about 10K. Because we're doing that so repeatedly over a certain period of time, we are going to be training the muscular endurance from the actual muscle standpoint. Yes, we'll train other qualities like our respiratory fitness and our cardiovascular health, but in the main muscular aspect of it, we'll be training muscular endurance when we do a long distance run. But then when we're in the gym or when we're doing a exercise at home, when we're doing anything from 12 reps or more, that's where we're going to be doing muscular endurance. So to summarize, the yellow areas on the graph, these are the best rep ranges to be in for each kind of adaptation. If you have any questions with any of this, give me a shout. I'd love to help you out. Thanks, guys.